So I've slipped up this joint and rolled a pretty fine coil, pretty small. And you'll notice it's not roughed up, it's still nice and moist, and that is key. And I'm going to run it all the way along that joint, just barely tapping in here. Rotate this way so you can see what's going on. I might even put a little bit more slip in there, kind of the more the merrier as far as slip goes with these pieces. You want to see that slip kind of swooshing out as you push this coil in. So I'm going to support with my hand to make sure I don't accidentally push this wall off, and I'm really pushing in diagonally into this seam. I'm not pushing straight this way, nor am I pushing straight down diagonally right into the corner. And you can see I'm just pushing it in, and the coil is stretching and moving its way down the joint. Make sure you keep this hand in alignment with that opposite edge so you have opposing pressure just in case. But I'm not pushing too hard. I'm just using my pinky, and I can't apply too much pressure with my pinky, so that's helpful to use that finger so I don't overpower this and knock it off. You just snap this coil right off there, and then I can take my pinky or another tool and just smooth this out a little bit. It's not going to integrate too well because this is a hard slab, so keep that in mind. You may get a little bit of a separation. But try and get it as nice as you can, whether that's using your finger or the back end of a tool, something made of wood. Okay, so something like that. And I'm going to just hold this up at an angle so you can see what's been created right in there. Smooth this out. And then I'm going to put on my other wall, same way. Now this is tricky, but you got to get everything lined up. You'd be amazed how much slip you can put on these hard slabs. They just want to absorb more and more and more. You might have to score and slip each area that you're working on multiple times. That's okay. You got to do whatever it takes. I'm applying quite a bit of pressure here. And I'm also gently supporting to make sure nothing crazy happens. There's a little bit of an overlap. This is sticking out a little bit more than this, and that's okay, and I'm just going to kind of smooth that in. Once that's done, I'm going to jam a coil in either of these two seams, which is going to be tricky because I have to reach down inside this little area and smooth the coil, so I'm going to probably have to use the back end of a paintbrush when I get that coil in there, and instead of using my finger, I'll push that coil at a 45-degree angle into that joint and really work it in there. Anywhere there's a little bit of excess overhang, I can take my metal rib and scrape that away until it lines up flush with the rest of the piece, and that's actually going to help integrate that seam. It's going to be hard to get to this bottom one, which you can see is bumped out a little bit with this particular rib because it's not flat on the bottom, so I'm going to have to flip this piece over and do that again on this side. If I had a flat edge, I could do that right against this board as well. So just scrape that down little by little until it all lines up. Okay? Check out those nice deep score lines. That's what you're looking for. I had to use this crazy sawtooth thing. I don't even know what it's for, but I found it. My cheapo scoring tool was no match for my hard slab. I had to upgrade. So you gotta do what you gotta do in this game. So to get these inside seams, I just gotta drop the coil down. It's really tricky. Drop it in that seam and smooth it out. I'm gonna have to do that. I'll have to drop one and smooth it into each one of those 4 grooves down there, each of those 4 corners. Otherwise, this thing's probably gonna fall apart on me. I'm just pinching on the outside, right opposite my coil, all the way up, and then I'll smooth it in and do the best I can with those lower ones.